And I am also pressing record. Okay, it's going.
Cool.
And we're live.
We're live. We're here.
Kelly and Emma in the morning.
What is it with us always doing this morning thing? It's great.
I don't know. We're the weird people.
Who like to get up in the morning.
Yeah. Enjoy the sunshine. Well, yeah, there's not really much sunshine going on, but
I was going to say it's raining here. So.
But we like to think that we're waking up with the sun.
Start singing When Will My Life Begin?
7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Yes.
I need that much pep in my step every morning.
Right. Goals. You know, I was scrolling through my Instagram and I follow Disney, obviously. Mm-hmm. And there was a little shout out to, Tangled's 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
And there's a little clip of Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi talking about their favorite moment from the process. And they were both the best memory they have is that they got to record together, which is very rare in animation that you actually get to record in the same space.
Yeah.
And Zachary Levi was I actually got to act across from my Rapunzel. It was just super cute and that's really awesome.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. No wonder they have so much chemistry.
I know.
Oh man. It's crazy that it's, 10 years already, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So, should we start the podcast?
We should. Yes.
Welcome. My name is Kelly.
And I'm Emma.
And this is Fanimated, an animation fan podcast where we get a chance to geek out about our favorite animated media. And this is our Whatcha Watchin' episode where we talk about what we've been watching recently and hopefully do it in a spoiler-free manner. But I don't know. We have some Fruits Basket to talk about, so there might be some spoilers.
Just for that one.
Just for that one. It's just for that one. So Emma, what have you been watching recently?
Yeah, so Kelly and I are recording separate from our Song of the Sea episode, which usually we just do everything in one take. But guys, my life has just been not much of a life. I've been telling Kelly, it's great, I'm fine. But I've been telling Kelly how I don't think I've watched animation in 2 to 3 weeks because that's just how stretched thin I've been these days. But this week, I've been blessed with a holiday, so
Yes.
I've gotten to watch a few episodes of a couple shows, and it has just made me so happy. Okay, so a show that I have started watching again is Inuyasha. Oh, I love my babies, all of them. They're great.
Yes.
And it's kind of hard because we're in this really long shonen arc where there's a battle every episode.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a little bit struggling at the moment, but it's okay. We're going to get through. The relationships are worth it. Also, Sango and Miroku are bonding more, so I'm a fan.
Yes.
So that's exciting. I finally started the first episode of Haikyu season 2 last night. I was so giddy the whole time, guys. It was I was this crazy soccer mom. I was just you go, boys. You're so good. You're doing a great job. Just get back in there. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous what this anime does to me.
Oh, I mean, everyone. You're not alone, girl. I'm just rooting for them all the time. I just love them all so much. I want the best for them.
Yeah, and I mean, Nathan has emphasized before, it's literally just volleyball. It's set up like a dramatic shonen, and I just love it so much.
Oh, so good.
So good. Okay. Otherwise, I started this new anime, and it's called Sounds of Life. And basically, it's about a koto club, which for listeners who don't know what a koto is, it's this long wooden Japanese traditional instrument with a bunch of strings. If you watch Demon Slayer, it's the little interlude you hear after the theme song. The da-da-da-da. So that's a koto. You'll hear it if you like listen to any Japanese music or just any East Asian music, really. You'll find that like as a traditional instrument. It's got kind of that classic sound of the culture. But anyway, there's this nerdy kid who he was in the club with a bunch of upperclassmen women, and they all graduated, so he's the only one left in the Koto club. So he's got to recruit members in order to keep the club alive. And his first two recruits so far, which is setting up the whole story, is a complete rebellious, crazy, hot-headed person and a lady who is a prodigy, and she's actually a professional koto player, but she is really in the club because she wants to increase her reputation and like bring a no good club to like nationals kind of thing, and then be like, oh, look at what this star did to this school kind of thing. So everybody's got their motivation, but I really like it so far because it's kind of like March Comes in Like a Lion, where yes, it's about the game, or rather in this case, the instrument. It's about playing the koto, but there's so much more going on like in these characters' stories. Like the guy who's a hot-headed rebel or what they term a delinquent, like, ooh, he has got a rough past, man. And I'm just like, my baby, you're okay. I see your good heart. I know you're crazy and mean and rebel, but I see you. So,
yes.
But it's just, I think it's precious. And I've only watched 2 episodes, but I really enjoy it.
Oh, fun. I haven't heard of this show at all. When did it come out?
I'm not sure when it came out. I can look that up if you'd like. But it's on Hulu for those who stream Hulu. So I guess the anime aired from April 6th to June 29th of 2019. So it's pretty new.
Oh, that's a recent anime. Oh man, I wonder if it's does it just have the one season so far?
Yes, and its formal name or its Japanese name is Kono Oto Tomare, but it translates to Sounds of Life.
Wow. Well, just add that to my pile of things I need to watch. It sounds good.
I mean, Kelly, like the main character is like your typical favorite. And, me, of course I go for the delinquent.
Oh, awesome. Love to hear it. We'll definitely get back to that. I'll let y'all know how it goes. Ready for that.
I knew you would be. But, I love shows that I love the dramatic shows because I love to cry, as weird as that sounds. And I love to because a lot of these dramatic animes like have a lot of real deep thought and real deep emotion going on, and I just love that. Like that's a huge part of just being human. So it just I love just different perspectives on what people are going through, and I just really enjoy it so far.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you for the introduction to something new. And speaking of slice of life dramas, are you caught up with Fruits Basket?
Girl, you know I am.
Oh my goodness. I just watched the English dub of episode 19 this morning. We're just getting to the part where Toru, we're really, really, confronting Toru's own, past and her own fears and her own weaknesses. And it's just like, girl, she just helps everyone so much. She just gives and gives and gives. And I know we've talked about this on the show before, but like, she gives so much of herself. She needs to like accept help from others, and she needs to recognize that she needs help. And I just love them all so much. I just want the best for them.
Yes. It's getting to the point where it's like one of those really close friends where sometimes you just have to yell at them to like knock some sense into them. And I'm at the point where I just want to like yell at Toru and just be like, girl, like, honestly, do you realize like how much value and worth you have? You are not nothing. Like, stop like throwing yourself in the dirt. And like, I just, to all those who need to hear that today, like, you are valuable. So I love how she has a heart for people. I love that she gives everything for people and just sees the best in them. But you got to take care of yourself too, dang it. Like, she's just wearing herself thin, and like, you can slowly start to see her like fall apart, like with each episode that comes out. Like, another layer is shed, and you can see that she's becoming less stable each time. Even though that she has more support in her life than she did before, she's becoming more unstable because she doesn't want to necessarily rely on that support because she feels like a burden. Girl, no.
No, she's like, her goal is to not be a burden to anyone and be completely independent. But it's like, girl, you're part of this family. Act like it.
Yeah, seriously. Like, doesn't she know by now how much she is loved by, like, all of the boys?
All of the boys.
Well, the whole family.
The whole family. Absolutely. And when they go to Kyoto for their class field trip. Oh my gosh, I love that episode so much because Kyo and Toru, they're so cute.
I know. When I saw that, I was like, oh, a win for Emma. Okay. Like, sorry, Kelly.
Team Kyo over there gets a win. All right.
Oh my gosh. I was so excited. As soon as the episode began and they were at the field trip. Okay, first of all, can we talk about that hilarious moment when Yuki is just like, hey, we have a field trip tomorrow, and both Kyo and Toru were like, what?
They both forgot. Yuki is the only responsible one, everybody.
He's the only responsible one, it's true. But anyway, once they get there, like, immediately, like, students in the background start to talk about how at this field trip, everybody gets coupled up. And you start to see couples going off, and I was like, you don't say. Like, what? And so when I saw Kyo hang out with Toru, I was just like, my heart is so happy right now.
And I'm so proud of Yuki because he's like gaining his other friends in the student council, and he like,
I know. Okay, his leaf that he gave to what's her name? Oh my gosh. I was like, Yuki, I am so proud of you.
Oh, the cutest thing ever.
It's like reaching out to other people. Yes. They're learning to reach outside their, their safety group, their comfort group. They're going beyond. Good job.
Good job, Yuki. Because the biggest thing for him is like he is so jealous of Kyo's ability to, interact with everyone and just like become part of the group, Mm-hmm. And here is Yuki, and he is like connecting with other people like in his student council. Like, it's so sweet. And they call him Yoon Yoon, and I'm like, oh, my heart can't handle this. Yeah, so I obviously love Yuki, adore him.
Oh, I know you do. I love Yuki too.
Anything else that you've been watching?
That about sums it up. Besides, I did watch the first episode of Imara, which was really fun. So,
oh, yeah.
I listened to your podcast the other day, and I was like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. So, anyway, but yeah, that's it. Cool. How about you?
Well, just going on with the shoujo romance nonsense. Tell me more. Yes. I finished rewatching Snow White with the Red Hair.
Ooh, one of my favorites. We gotta talk about that one sometime.
Yes. I was just about to say, like, Emma, we have to talk about it sometime soon, because, oh man, this show, guys.
Everything you ever want.
Everything you ever want. Oh, it's so good. Yes. It's so good. I love it to pieces. It's the first anime that made me read the manga which I continue to keep up with and is even more fantastic as the story goes along. And it's just two people supporting each other, making each other better, and these characters, all of them, it's like this little team of awesomeness, and I love them all, and they're all just trying to like be the best selves they can be, and like I love, and it's like in the context of this fantasy, you know, kingdom, and it's beautiful, and there's like political intrigue, but it's like also, you know, figure out this weird thing about an herb. I don't know. It's just cute. It's cute.
Yes.
And I love it. And I love all of them.
Well, I also love how the show really like shows how, because in this like medieval fantastical setting, you know, you've got your classic, you know, royalty, but also like more commoners or nobility. And I love that the show shows that commoners are humans too, and they can show royalty how to be better people. And that's what Shirayuki, the main character, does a lot, which is just amazing. Also, I'm basically her, well, not in personality so much, just in looks.
Yeah, girl. You are.
But also, you know, there's great side characters too, and it's super
like
fun.
Obi.
Yeah.
Speaking of delinquents, Emma.
He's just so precious. Oh,
he's like
he's such a
Ninja
troublemaker.
He is. It's great. And here's the thing, Emma. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the main character Shirayuki is a court herbalist, and she is basically with Prince Zen, and they're a cute couple and adorable and perfect in every way.
Yes,
but
they're great.
They're great. But Zen appoints Obi as her guard, and eventually he actually gets the title of knight. So it's kind of like this little like tease of like, oh, is she with the prince? Oh, is she with her knight? Oh.
And guys, it kills me every time because it's like, you know, that Shirayuki should be with Zen.
Yes,
because
she should.
They're perfect together. But like a little part of you is just like, but Obi and her would be great together. Like, oh, the stab in my heart. It's fine. I can have Obi. I'm single.
Oh. But Emma, every time I read the manga, I'm just think of you, because quite honestly, like Shirayuki spends the most time with Obi. Like Zen, as much as I love Zen is a prince and has royal duties, and he is tied up in a lot of things that keep him from doing everything he wants. Like, if it was up to him, he'd just follow Shirayuki around everywhere. But like,
it's true.
He's got stuff to do. Like, he has responsibilities, and, you know, other like, even just like societal norms that he can't always like see her. Mm-hmm. And so Obi, however, is always with Shirayuki. Like, that's his job. And he loves that job, by the way.
He's also like a ninja, which is basically awesome.
He's
like, he's
so
just hopping
awesome
around in the trees.
Yes. So I totally don't blame you for loving Obi. I love him too. Zen and Shirayuki are my everything. Except for Mitsuhide and Kiki.
Oh, okay. I think they're the best.
They're the best. Let's be real. Mitsuhide and Kiki are Zen's personal attendants and like guards and stuff, and they are the actual cutest couple in this show.
Kiki's that classic, like, super stubborn, like,
Sassy.
doesn't talk a lot. She's all about business. And Mitsuhide is just like, he's more like flamboyant. Like,
he's like the super strong and very capable, and yet doesn't have a brain all the time.
Right, a little bit of a goof. And their dynamic is great.
Oh, their dynamic is superb. And like, I mean, the way you're introduced to them is that they're in the corner playing chess, and Zen is like, "Hey, Shirayuki, that's the person winning at chess over there is Kiki, and the person losing over there is Mitsuhide." And Mitsuhide is like, "Hey, you weren't even looking. How do you know I'm losing?" That's it. That's them.
Well, I'm glad you got to rewatch this one because it's such a delight.
I needed it. It was so good. So good. The other thing I've been watching really quickly is a new anime that I started called Black Clover. And I know a lot of people out there who are anime fans have already heard of that and have already been watching it. It's one of like the big ones, the big shonen battle animes out there. And I kept like putting it off. And then the other day I was just kind of trying a few different random shows. And I saw that one. I was like, oh yeah, I should just like put that on and try it. Emma, this show is the epitome of shonen battle anime.
Oh God, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Guys, okay, so you've got a pair of guys who are both orphans in this small little town in a world where everyone has magical ability. Everyone.
Sweet.
Yes. The nobles and royals, they usually have more magical ability than commoners. And there's like the king of the country, but there's also a wizard king. The wizard king is kind of like the commander of the knights and the armies and stuff. And so these two boys grow up and decide they're gonna, be typical anime rivals, like the friendly competition of who's going to become the Wizard King. So right there, you've got that going, right? But of course, one of them, Asta, has no magical ability whatsoever.
Of course.
Of course. And then is a prodigy, is a magical prodigy, basically. So you've basically got your Bakugo and Deku.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Going at it to become the Wizard King. I'm telling you, Asta, the non-magical one, is basically Hinata from Haikyu.
Oh, yes. I love Hinata, my baby.
Like, literally the same character.
Oh.
Except put in a magical setting. It is so great. Oh my goodness. I will say, at this point in time, I don't feel like it's doing anything new or revelatory. I'm about 20 episodes in. But I don't care because it's just fun.
And that's how it should be.
Yes, yeah. Literally, Emma, Asta's catchphrase is, "My magic is never giving up."
Oh my God. Oh God.
Asta defeats magical enemies with determination and the power of friendship. And
yeah, he does.
That's how shonen anime is.
That's how I fight my battles every day.
Yes. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's a fun one for sure. So, all right. Well, that's all I've got for today.
Samesies.
All right. So with that, thanks for listening. Remember that you can join the Fanimated crew and vote for upcoming episode topics by going to patreon.com/Fanimated. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fanimated Podcast. Stay up to date with all things animated. And don't forget to leave a rating and review telling us what you'd like us to watch next. Seriously, guys, those ratings and reviews make my day. And if you want to make my day, leave us a review. The music is provided by Purple Planet Music, and the art is done by myself. And Emma, thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully
Absolutely.
we can chat again soon about Snow White or other fun anime or whatever. So
Yes, I'm always down.
for sure. So will you help me sign off?
Absolutely.
All right, guys, thanks for listening, and stay tuned.
And stay animated.
Yeah, it's tiding me over until Attack on Titan Season 4 airs.
I know you've been waiting.
Guys, I have gone down too many rabbit holes. I need to stop because the internet is full of manga spoilers, and I'm trying to avoid that.
Right.
But I can't help it. I just love them all so much. And I want to see giant Titan fights.
Not a common phrase you hear every day, but you know.
No. But here's the thing. Season 4 is going to be so incredibly different from the rest of the series. And so I fear that there probably won't be as many giant Titan fights as I want there to be. It'll probably be a little more just regular fighting. So we'll see how it goes. But who knows? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be epic. I'm on the edge of my seat. Here we go.